What's up, y'all? It's UFC 300, baby. Let's go. We're finally getting a good card for the first 3 weeks. We've had 3 weeks of absolute shit. Let's go. Alright. I'm gonna come in with some predictions. Wanted to talk. I didn't make any videos about the Allen versus Curtis card. Glad I didn't. Terrible. I'm just kidding. Let's just talk a little bit about it. Chris Curtis almost got robbed. Morgan Charrier almost got robbed. By almost got robbed, I mean it could have been a robbery. Alexander Hernandez could have been robbed. Trevor Peek could have been robbed. Kind of. And then Ignacio Bahamondes, obviously, with the KO. We got Court McGee got robbed. No, I'm just kidding. Walter Walker got robbed. All right. Jermaine Durand, could have gotten robbed. Pedro Falcao could have gotten robbed. Let's keep going. The rest were finishes, so yeah. Now, I know I didn't make a video, so this doesn't mean shit to y'all, but almost predicted this card exactly right. I had a $2 bet. Now, the only people that had to win for my bet to have gone through were Walter Walker and Court McGee. Now, I know that's saying something, and that's probably why I'm saying they're robberies, but come on. Also, I wanted Trevor Peek to win. That wasn't on that bet, but I really did want Trevor Peek to win, so that was a little sad. I also wanted to see Morgan win. Shepe Mariscal's not really that good. He looked better than I've seen him, though. He was hurting Morgan. I don't know how Morgan did get rocked. Anyways, moving on to UFC 300. I don't want to talk about that card too much. Wow, this card is crazy, guys. Crazy. Starting off with two of my favorite fighters all time, top 20 favorite fighters all time, Cody Garbrandt, Deiveson, Figueirado. Now I have a bias here. I like Cody a little bit more. Now Deiveson was my favorite flyweight besides DJ. DJ's my second favorite fighter all time, but Deiveson was my favorite current flyweight. So it was sad to see him move up to bantamweight because I like so many bantamweights. Don't like a lot of flyweights. I'm picking Cody Garbrandt. I don't know why. Since this fight's been announced, I've just felt Cody. Pause. Yo! I just felt him. I literally just can sense a KO coming. I know someone's getting knocked out. I think both of them are going to get hurt. I think Cody's head movement's very, very good. It's still underappreciated. His chin is terrible, though. He falls apart once he gets hurt. And that's the way he's going to lose this fight, because he's going to get hurt. I really do think he's going to get hurt in the first couple of minutes. Maybe 2 minutes in, he's going to get hurt. Now, if this is Cody of the old we're talking about, he's just going to start swinging and get KO'd. I really think he's going to stay composed. He's going to get hurt. He's going to get rocked. Deiveson's going to jump on him. He's going to survive. If he can survive to the second round, I think he gets a KO on Deiveson. Deiveson's been through a bunch of wars, right? With Brandon Marina, right? Now, the Rob Font fight was a great performance. Great performance from Deiveson Figueirado. Great performance. But Cody Garbrandt's best performance is better than Deiveson Figueirado. And I know Cody Garbrandt lost to Rob Font, but that was 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago that he lost to Rob Font. Okay? That was a better Rob Font. This Rob Font's not... His striking looks worse than it did when he fought Cody Garbrandt. His grappling has gotten a little better, but his striking looks worse. And I think that happens to a lot of people as they get older, obviously. Striking's hard. Striking's a young man's sport. Grappling, you could be 80, bro, and I feel like you could out-grapple people. Which is a perfect segue to the next fight. I'm going Cody Garbrandt, second round, TKO. Deiveson might knock him out in the first, though. So, we'll see. Moving up. Jim Miller and Bobby Green. This is what I'm talking about. Old people can wrestle. Jim Miller can still wrestle. And guess what? Jim Miller can still bang. Now, I personally, I don't think I've ever seen Bobby Green KO someone until he KO'd Grant Dawson, which I put like, I think I put $15 on a parlay. Bobby Green was like part of that parlay. It's like a 3-person parlay. And I got like 180 or something crazy from it. So I was super hyped when he knocked out Grant Dawson. I was rooting for him too. Sucks. It sucks. Bobby Green's gonna lose, and it really sucks. It's not that it sucks because I'm a huge fan of Bobby Green or I don't like Jim Miller. I like Jim Miller. I like him. He's cool. And it's going to be fun once he wins this fight, but it's going to be so sad. Because we know why Bobby Green's going to lose this fight. He lost to Jalin Turner how long ago? It was like maybe. Yeah, it was 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Maybe 5 months ago. But still, 5 months, that was the worst stoppage I've ever seen. Live, that was the worst stoppage I've ever seen, by far. Now, I think it was Dennis Bondar got elbowed like 18 times unconscious. But Bobby Green, it was just sad. Because you knew he was out. Like, Bondar was fighting and then got put out, but kept getting elbowed. Bobby, you knew he was out when he like hit the ground, honestly. Anyways, I'm going Jim Miller. I think he's gonna get a second round TKO. He might get a first round TKO. Yeah, it sucks. Bobby Green's gonna look better. He's gonna look better for the whole fight until he gets KO'd. It just sucks. Moving on, Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. Come on. Marina Rodriguez is winning this fight. Jessica Andrade probably shouldn't be fighting. Verna Jandiroba is a decision stealer. She steals decisions. I hate her. We can't take that performance into account. She steals decisions. I didn't even watch that fight and I'm not going to because I don't care. Mackenzie Dern's shit. Marina Rodriguez is winning this fight. Probably TKO 3rd round. Probably a decision though, honestly. Probably a decision. Marina Rodriguez by decision. Outstriking her for 3 rounds. She might get hurt though. I think most of the people that are gonna win, besides maybe Jim Miller might get hurt too though. But I think everyone that's gonna win at least on the early prelims is gonna get hurt, which moves on to the next fight. We got Renato Moicano versus Jalin Turner. All right, now if you're not on the Jalin Turner hate train, get on it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't hate Jalin Turner. He's funny. He's a skateboarder. I used to skate all the time. He's cool. He's a cool dude. He's not great. Okay, you can't lose to Dan Hooker after breaking his arm, breaking his jaw, breaking his whole. You broke his whole body and you lost to him. That's not a good look. Renato Moicano had some. Jeez, he's 34. I thought this dude was like 28. He's 34. Ooh. Man, whatever. I think Renato Moicano is going to get seriously hurt. Almost finish at least twice. I think he's going to find a submission, though. I really do. Jalin Turner's... I know y'all probably heard other people talk about this, but Jalin Turner's been held down by Mateusz Gamrot, of all people. Now, Mateusz Gamrot's a good grappler. We know this, but... Man. And he got a submission on Brad Riddell. Good job. You're not getting a submission on Renato Moicano. You might be able to knock him out. I could definitely see that. But I think Renato's a little too tough. I really do. I think Bobby Green's tough too, but he's 37. He was probably still 37 when he fought Jalin Turner. So I'm not gonna like lean that far into it. Renato Moicano is probably gonna get a lot of the ring rust off. He probably got a lot of the ring rust off. I'm thinking he's found in the submission. I know all these people on this card so well that I'm trying to just feel the fights. I'm trying to feel the fights. Now, have I picked people that I like more? Most people. I don't like Jim Miller more than Bobby Green, but I do think Jim Miller's going to win. So, yeah. Little biased, but I really do think Renato Moicano is going to find that submission. I really do. And if he doesn't, that's really sad because that's probably the end of his career because he's probably going to get KO'd if he doesn't find the submission, which is sad because I'd much rather see Money Moicano than Jalin Turner. No offense to Jalin. Jalen's fun. He seems like a dope dude, but just it's hard to watch people that are taller than 6'1" fight at lightweight. Much less 6'3". He's listed as 6'2" here, but he's definitely 6'3". Just move up to welterweight, bro. I don't know why you want to struggle to get down to lightweight. It's just weird to me. It's a little weird. Unless you're trying to go get, double champ status. I get that, but you're not really that dominant. So, I don't know. I'm picking Renato Moicano by submission. I think he could possibly get a decision if his takedowns just look incredible, but I don't think they're going to look incredible. And, he got hurt pretty bad by Drew Dober, but I think Drew Dober had a higher chance of knocking him out than Jalin Turner. But I still think Jalin Turner has a chance. Moving up the card to the prelims, the main prelims, we got Sodiq, Yussuf, Deigo Lopez, no doubt. Sodiq, Yussuf, now, I don't know if it's 100% Sodiq Yussuf's fault that he lost the Edson Barbosa fight, or Edson Barbosa's that good, but he had Edson Barbosa knocked out at least 3 times. And he couldn't finish the fight. I don't see any way he could finish Deigo Lopez. Maybe he could get a decision. I don't know how he would. I don't. I think Deigo Lopez is going to get a first round TKO. Or second. He could get a second, but I think it's going to be the first. I don't think Sodiq Yussuf is that good. He might get hurt, though. Deigo Lopez might get hurt, but I don't think Sodiq Yussuf is that good. So, moving up the card. The best fight of the night right here. The only person that I've never seen fight on this card. Kayla Harrison and Holly Holm. Well, I've seen Holly Holm fight, obviously. She lost to Mayra Bueno Silva by giving her neck. We're going Kayla Harrison, okay? And if anyone is picking Holly Holm, what are you doing? What are you doing betting on this fight? This fight is terrible. Don't bet on it. If you lose money on this fight, that is a deep stab in the heart. Don't bet on this fight, okay? Moving up to my personal favorite fight of the prelims. I'll get to why I just got so mad, but Calvin Kattar. I like Kattar, but or I like Kattar, but it's Kattar. Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling. Calvin Kattar's getting choked out easily. Aljamain fighting. This goes back to Jalin Turner. Why are you fighting at bantamweight, bro? You're 180. You're 170. Why are you fighting at bantamweight? You weirdo. You weirdo. You're gonna choke him out, but I love Aljo, but why are you fighting at bantamweight, bro? He probably could have been a champ for a little bit if he was at featherweight. I really think that he's gonna just perform so much better at featherweight. Now, he just got KO'd in his last fight, so the nerves might still be there. So I could see him possibly losing by just getting outstruck, getting completely just demolished, right? I don't think he is, though. I really don't think he is. I think he learned from the Sean fight and was like, why strike with a striker? Let's shoot takedowns. Let's see how that works. Sorry. It was just so hard to watch him just try to strike with Sean for 2 rounds. And he did okay in the first, but why are you striking, bro? You know. I think he's going to submit Calvin Kattar in the first round. I really do. I think it's going to be like a Corey Sandhagen performance. I think he's just going to go out there. He's going to be so tuned in that he's going to choke him out in the first, all right? We got Jiri Prochazka and Alexander Rakic. Now, I'm not looking forward to this fight, or I am looking forward to this fight. It depends what happens. I think he's going to be wet blanketed for 3 rounds, though, and I really, really don't want to see Jiri wet blanketed for 3 rounds. But that's probably what's going to happen. So, yeah, it sucks. It really does. I don't want to see Jiri lose this fight, and I don't want to see Jiri lose this fight by getting wet blanketed by this new name, Alexander Rakic. But he's good. He's good, but I don't want to see him win. So that's why I'm going Jiri by KO in the first round. He's going to catch him. He's going to catch him coming in, shooting a takedown. Boom. That long uppercut he does, he's going to come in with that long uppercut from southpaw with the right hand, lead uppercut, long lead uppercut. Boom. Rock him. Rakic is going to shoot for a takedown. Yuri's going to sprawl. Boom, boom. It's going to be an early stoppage like it was to Jiri. I'm calling this. First round, early stoppage. Jiri hurts him with a lead uppercut. Right hand lead uppercut from southpaw. I don't know why, but I just feel like he's gonna hit him from southpaw. I really do. I don't know why. And then he's gonna hit him with a couple of elbows or a couple of hammer fists, and it's gonna be called off. And Rakic is gonna be complaining. But he could wet blanket him. All right, moving up. Okay. Should we go over this fight? I'm really thinking. Terrible. This should be the open. Why is this on the main card? This makes me not want to buy the main card. Why is he on the main card? Ugh. Man, I want Cody Brundy to lay him out cold. It's not going to happen, though. Bo Nick will buy any way he wants. Moving up the card. Charles Olivera, Arman Tsarukyan. Now, this is the fight that this and the Max Holloway fight, I think I'm going to go the most in-depth in. Because I haven't really talked about it too much. I've given like some, not with the Charles or Arman, but with the Max Justin, because that's been announced for a long time. I've given a little bit of what I think's going to happen. I'm still kind of sticking to that. But for this fight, I think Charles has got it with a first round, second round TKO. I think. Now, I know this is going to sound stupid, but I really also think if Arman wins, I think he's going to find a way to submit Charles Olivera. And now I know you're looking at me and you're like, he has no submissions in the UFC. Oh, how's he going to do that? How's he going to do that? I think he's such a little brat that Islam lives in his head so much that if he doesn't go out there and try to submit Charles in the first round, it's gonna crush his spirit. So if it goes past the first and Charles is not finished or Charles is not submitted, I think he's gonna go for the submission though. If it goes past the first, Charles is not losing this fight. Okay? Islam lives in Arman's head rent-free. He's gonna be thinking the whole time, oh, Islam finished him at the beginning of the second round. If I don't do it in the first or earlier than Islam, then I might not be as good. He's a little brat, okay? He's a little brat that needs to be taught a lesson. And Charles is going to teach him that lesson. Unless he gets submitted. I could totally see Charles getting submitted. Don't know why, but I just really can. I don't see Charles getting KO'd by this dude, though. I really don't. Come on, Arman, he KO'd Beneil Dariush. And Joaquim Silva or something, but, like, who cares? Who cares about who he's... Charles is not getting KO'd by Arman Tsarukyan. Are you joking? Nah. What's happening is Charles is going to look 10 times faster. Okay, let's go over the fights they had with Beneil, right? So the Charles fight with Beneil, Charles just decided to lay on his back for 2 minutes, which I did pick Beneil for that fight, unfortunately. I was just like, every time I pick against Charles, he wins. Every time I pick for him, he loses. That's why I think Arman's going to submit him, because I'm picking Charles for this. But every time I do, he loses. So we'll see. Or every time, I picked him against Islam and he lost. That's it. I picked Justin against him and he beat Justin. So maybe I should just pick Arman so Charles could win. But I do think Charles is going to win this fight. So I don't want to, be dishonest. Okay, Charles sat on his back for 2 minutes. That's what I was talking about for the Beneil fight. He sat on his back for 2 minutes and let Beneil do whatever he wanted and just sat there and got beat up for 2 minutes. It was one of the dumbest things I've seen in the UFC, one of the lowest fight IQ moments. And then he had one of the highest fight IQ moments. He was like, oh, I'm losing this fight. Let me just stand up and knock him out. Stood up, head kicked him twice, and the fight was over. Arman ran across the octagon, threw a knee, hit Beneil Dariush, and Beneil was out. Okay, it's not the same performance. Arman's is cleaner, yes. But Charles, literally the second Charles stood up, it was obvious who was the faster fighter. Now in the Beneil versus Arman fight, Arman did look faster, but it wasn't as clear cut, if you know what I'm saying. Charles is going to be a 10-time better striker than Arman. Arman's going to have belief in his hands unless he's thinking about Daddy Islam and looking for the submission. He's going to have faith in his hands to knock out Charles. And that's really where I see Charles winning this fight, is Arman's overconfidence and his terrible boxing. And I just think he's gonna catch Arman and put him out. I don't think it's gonna be clean. Arman's a tough dude. However much I can hate him, he's a tough dude. Hope it's a late stoppage. Never said that before. Never will say it again. Hope Arman gets a late stoppage. Or I hope Charles gets, you know what I'm saying. And if you don't know why, do some research into Arman Tsarukyan and you'll figure out why. Terrible person, looks like a 2-year-old child with a beard. But I gotta go Charles. Okay? Now, if Charles and Islam rematched, I'd probably pick Charles again because I'm a big fan of Charles. But I really do think he has a chance in this fight. But if he did rematch Islam, I'd probably pick him. But I'd be like, there's a 2% chance he wins. I think there's a 60% chance he wins this fight. Maybe 70. Yeah, I think that's all I need to say about that one. Moving up. Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. I'm picking Max. Okay, I just gotta say that. I'm picking Max. And I know that this might be a little stupid of a pick, because Justin Gaethje is very good, and he's looked very, very good in his recent fights. He didn't flatline KO Dustin, okay? I know everyone's like, oh, he didn't really flatline KO Dustin, okay? Dustin got head kicked on the back of the head. His equilibrium went, but he was still there. Kamaru Usman got flatlined. Dustin Poirier was still there, okay? I don't see Justin throwing head kicks against Max. Is that just an integral part of his game now? Maybe. We haven't seen him fight since Dustin. We don't know. I think no. Alex has fought once. Yeah, Alex has fought once since Justin Gaethje fought, and they're fighting on the same card again. Justin Gaethje's been out for a little while. I think so has Max. But Max has been bulking. Max is 32. Yeah, and that Korean Zombie fight was really good. Like, that was one of his best. Now, obviously, it's the Korean Zombie, but Max has been showing power. Okay? I don't want it to get twisted or anything, but Max has been showing power in his last 2 fights. Okay? He dropped Arnold Allen in the 5th. I know Arnold Allen was rushing in, just trying to get something going for himself. But he dropped Arnold Allen in the 5th. We don't really see Max Holloway do that. Now, we've seen Max Holloway, put people through pressure, just relentless pressure. I don't think that's the fighter he is anymore. Now, I think that fighter might be a better matchup for Justin Gaethje, but I think Justin Gaethje easily beats that version of Max Holloway. This version, though, I don't know. He's got a 155 frame. He's been bulking for at least 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. He's been bulking. He has an actual frame at lightweight. He's not going to look fat and bloated. Hopefully. If he looks fat and bloated, then you're at a loss, you know? That sucks. You know, I'm going Jerome, though. I'm going Jerome. I think he's gonna find it in the 4th. Yeah, it's a BMF fight. Yeah, it's a 5-round fight. I think he's gonna find it in the 4th. I think Justin's gonna play his game. I think he's gonna be a little more timid. Not because of the power. Maybe he won't be timid, and that will be terrible for him. If he's not timid, Max is easily winning this fight. If he is timid, he has a chance. He has a chance to not outpoint Max, but outdamage Max. Obviously, because he is more powerful. I'm not saying Max is going to be like, oh, we're looking at Francis. I'll talk about who the next Francis is in the next video. Y'all like that one. That's about UFC 301. We'll be talking about who the next Francis Ngannou is. Max Holloway's not going to be the next Francis Ngannou, obviously. But I think he could find Justin Gaethje's. I think he can find his chin. I really do. And I obviously don't think Justin Gaethje's going out cold. I don't think Justin Gaethje's going to look bad. I think it might be an earlier stoppage than we want for this fight, you know, because it's a BMF fight. Or maybe it's a doctor stoppage. Who knows? Curse continues. I'm glad they're doing another BMF fight, though. It's really fun. I don't know why people hate it. It's fun. Obviously, it's ruining 2 divisions because he should have fought Islam and he should have fought Ilya. But do we really want to see those fights? I know we all both think that but either of them could win, but do we want to see those fights? I don't know. This is a fun fight. They're both getting paid a lot of money for it. This is a fun fight. Let's just be happy about this. Because the BMF title's fun. It's fun. Every fight's good. Now, I know that Nate Diaz was stopped by a doctor stoppage, which is terrible. If this gets stopped by a doctor stoppage, they might have to cut the BMF belt. You can't have 2 doctor stoppages on the BMF belt. Anyways, I think Max is going to win with a 4th round TKO. A little bit of an earlier stoppage than you'd like to see, but it's gonna be a cleaner performance. I think Justin's going to win the majority of the fight. But I think Max is going to have his moments. And I think he's going to have a moment that just shines. Because Justin Gaethje's cardio isn't bad. He trains at altitude, but I kind of do see him like trying to go for the KO. And Max just not budging and being like, I'm Max Holloway. And Max Holloway's had movements good. Like, a lot of people don't understand that it's not just his chin. It's like when he absorbs strikes, they're not landing clean. Like, it's hard to land clean on Max. And that might just be because he has a giant head that doesn't move. But, I don't know. I don't see much of a way for Justin to knock out Max, though. I don't really see that happening. I don't. But I think Max's power is gonna be like shown. I think he's gonna show that he does have KO power. He's gonna hurt Justin Gaethje, which is gonna surprise people. But he's definitely gonna hurt Justin Gaethje. I think people aren't looking into that. His last 2 fights, he's hurt both of the people he's fought, and he flatlined TKZ. Now, obviously, TKZ was running in like a but he KO'd him. He flatlined him. If Justin does that, he's getting flatlined. I don't think Justin's going to do that necessarily. I think Justin's going to kind of fight a little more than he usually does now. I think he's going to go back to his old ways, if you know what I'm saying. I don't really think that. I think he's going to fight smart. But I do think Max is just a little bit better where it counts. And that's almost everywhere. I mean, his wrestling's probably better. His jiu-jitsu's definitely better. His striking's on par, if not better. His boxing's definitely better. His striking might be not as good. Max Holloway hasn't been hurt with leg kicks. Volk hit him with a lot of leg kicks, and we know Volk's a good leg kicker, but Volk doesn't hurt people with leg kicks, to be fair. Not too many people get like, oh, Volk's kicking my legs, I might need to, die. Not a lot of people do that. But Volk hit him with a bunch of leg kicks, and it didn't seem to bother him at all. Yeah. I gotta stick with my prediction of Max. Am I doing it to be different slightly? I've heard a lot of people change their pick to Max though, so I don't know. I just think it's such a weird sport. It's just a weird sport. That's why I think Armand can submit Charles, is because it's a weird sport. It doesn't make sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense. That's why I'm betting at least $1 or $2 on a parlay with Cody Brundage. Are you kidding? If Cody Brundage wins and I get like 3 other people right, I'm gonna win like $2K, $5K off $1 bet. Like, the sport doesn't make sense. We'll keep moving up though. Weili Zhang versus Yan Xiaonan. Really want to see this fight standing. It's not going to happen, though, unfortunately. Weili is great, okay? Don't take anything I am about to say. Just know that. She's great. Great fighter. Honestly, my opinion, the best women's fighter of all time. No, she got KO'd by Rose. Which I think very lowly of Rose. I don't think Rose has ever been that great of a fighter. But... No, she got KO'd by Rose, but still, she's really good at everything. She's an okay striker, though. But it doesn't matter. She's going to win by wet blanketing, or by submission, or by TKO. Now, if Yan Xiaonan could defend one takedown, just one, she might get a head kick TKO. Might just get a KO, like by punches. Yan Xiaonan is good. I really, really like Yan Xiaonan. Like one of the few female fighters I truly, truly, truly get excited for. Like, I'm excited for this fight. I know a lot of people aren't, but that's because of Weili and the anticipation of her just wanting to hold on to Yan for the whole fight. That's why people aren't excited for this fight. If they made an agreement in Chinese to stand up for the whole fight, people would be like, yeah, let's go. No, they wouldn't. But it would make it a lot more entertaining. I don't really have much to say. Weili's probably going to win, but if it stays standing, I think Yan's going to win. So, Not much else to say than that. And I think Weili's going to win. 5-round decision, 3rd round TKO, 2nd round TKO. I don't think she's getting her out of there in the first, though. There's no way that's happening. Moving on to Alex Pereira versus Jamahal Hill. Now, I'm going to spend about 5 to 10 minutes on this one, because I got to talk to you, okay? Scariest fight that I'm going to have to watch, okay? Charles is going to be a little scary. I don't think he's getting KO'd, though. Justin versus Max is going to be a little scary. I don't think it's going to be a flatline, though. These fights aren't really terrifying for me. They really aren't. Now, if you haven't come to my channel, Alex Pereira is in my top 3 current favorite fighters. All time probably top 20, top 10 maybe, but top 3 current favorite fighters. Jamahal Hill's good. The thing with Jamahal Hill is he really hasn't been rocked. Like, he's been like, oh, okay, I got hit by a shot, but he's never been like on skates. He's never looked terrible. The only time I've even seen him like kind of hurt was when he tore his shoulder, when he tore his arm. That was the only time I've seen him kind of hurt, and he seemed chill. It seemed like it didn't affect him. Jamahal Hill's weird. He's human, though. He is human. And he fights like he's not. Okay? And it worked out for him most of the time. Glover Teixeira is not Alex Pereira. Please, do not compare these 2 fights. Now, Glover's chin might be better than Alex Pereira, but that's not proven. Okay? Alex has never been close to hurt at light heavyweight. He has not been close to hurt. All of the times he's been finished are at middleweight, where he's drained. His brain doesn't have water. He hasn't been hurt at light heavyweight. He got hit by some of Yuri's best shots, in my opinion. He got hit by some good straights, some good lead uppercuts that I think could KO Rakic. I think they're gonna KO Rakic. Alex Pereira didn't seem phased. It didn't even look like he got... Well, he was like... Oh, you're KO'd now. That's what I think is going to happen with Jamahal Hill. Jamahal Hill's going to look amazing. Amazing. Get his leg torn to shreds, though. That's the thing. That's the thing that people... I don't hear anyone talking about how he just tore his Achilles. Now, if you've never had a torn Achilles, if you've never had a torn muscle, an Achilles is terrible. You cannot walk. You can't walk for a while. Like, you can't walk. If you've seen horror movies or murder shows or crime shows, you'll usually see people chop, like, sever the Achilles tendon, or, like, break the Achilles tendon, or do something to it, and then they're done. Like, you can't do anything. Jamahal Hill's boxing's really crisp, though. Okay? It's really crisp boxing, okay? He has great power. He has great awareness, even though he kind of fights with his hands down. He has great awareness. He does. But he's human, and I think Alex at light heavyweight's just less human. Alex at middleweight, he's completely human. Completely. Almost got finished in both of his fights with Izzy. Okay? He almost got finished in both of them. He did get finished in the second one, obviously, but he almost got finished in both of them. Like heavyweight, he hasn't been hurt. And he was fighting Jiri Prochazka. I would say that Yuri's style is much harder for Alex to deal with than Jamal's style. And that's how I've come to the conclusion of Alex Pereira by KO in the second round. Chop up Jamal's legs in the first, and Jamal's not going to be able to move. He's just not. Especially if he hits that tendon one time. If he hits that scar on the back of his leg one time, it's not going to be a good night for Jamahal. He's going to have... Hold on. I need to see what leg is Jamahal's injury. And he's barely recovered. Dana put him into this fight like a lot faster than he should have. That's another thing. It's not like he just tore his Achilles and he's coming back after recovering and, having all this time off, having his mindset right. No, he's being forced onto this card, which is not a good look for him. Now, what I do want to happen, is Alex go out there, clip him with one left hook, and the fight's over. That's not going to happen. But I do want that to happen so he could fight Magomed on 301, which I'm about to make a video right after this about 301 and the next Francis Ngannou. So if y'all are interested in that, please click over. But yeah, I'm going Alex Pereira, second round KO. Jamahal Hills leaves himself opened. He's going to get his leg shattered. I could see a head kick KO, honestly. I know we haven't seen Alex throw a bunch of head kicks, but Jamahal Hill's going to be wildly open to head kicks. The second he starts getting that leg chopped up. Now, the thing is it won't tell me if it's his right or left Achilles, so I don't know if it's going to be his right or front, or his back or front foot. I don't know. If it's his back foot, he has a much better chance, but his power is going to be a lot less, I think. But if it is his front foot, I don't think he stands much of a chance at all. I really don't. I'm guessing it probably is his front foot because he's southpaw, right? Jamahal Hill stands. No, he's orthodox. Wait. No, he's southpaw. Okay. I think he's switch stance, but I think he's mostly southpaw. Yeah, I was right. Okay. If it's his right foot, which I think it is because he's most likely left-handed and he most likely jumps off his right foot, then that's terrible. That's terrible. But if it is his left foot, then he could stand a chance. I don't think he could KO Alex if it's his left foot, though. But if it's his right foot, he could KO Alex. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he stands any of a chance if it's his right foot. He's just going to get it torn apart. Alex is just too good at leg kicks. He's proven that. I thought Jan Blachowicz was the best leg kicker in MMA. It's just Alex Pereira. It just is. Now people could say it's what's his face? UFC 301. Jonathan Martinez, because he gets a bunch of finishes from the leg kicks. But that's not all you need. That's not the main reason you throw. I mean, I guess it is, but it's not. Alex throws leg kicks to make people stop moving so he can land a left hook on their chin. Jonathan Martinez throws leg kicks because he wants to break their leg. They're two different things. Alex's is much more effective with what he's trying to do. Jonathan Martinez tries to finish every single fight he's in by breaking the other person's leg. Alex Pereira slows people down and then KOs them. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be in the second round. It's not going to be an early stoppage. Jamahal Hill's probably going to go out cold, which is sad because I like Jamahal Hill. Now, Alex can get KO'd. There's too much against Jamahal Hill. There is. The last time someone had this much stacked against them was Alexander Volkanovski, and I made the choice to pick him in that fight against Islam, and he showed up like a fat sack of shit. Sorry. Love Alex. But But he didn't show up to fight. He showed up to get a paycheck. If Jamahal Hill's showing up to get a paycheck, which I don't think he is, and I don't think Volk was either. I know that's a rude thing to say. I don't think Volk was either, but he kind of was. If Jamahal Hill shows up to get a paycheck, he's getting KO'd in the first. If he doesn't, he's probably going to get KO'd in the second. He could sting Alex. I could see Alex hurt at light heavyweight for the first time. Jamahal Hill has great power. Who has he finished though? Let's go to his resume. Decision. Thiago Santos, TKO. Johnny Walker, TKO. Jimmy Crute, TKO. Paul Craig broke his arm. Ovince St. Preux, the only real fight he's had is Thiago Santos, when after Thiago Santos' legs were destroyed. Still was a close fight. Johnny Walker, but Johnny Walker doesn't have a chin. So it's hard to say. Fuck Glover Teixeira, who's been KO'd multiple times before. Hit him with some of the nastiest shots I've seen someone take. Some nasty, nasty shots. Didn't faze Glover. Now, okay, I did not know this about Glover, but apparently he hasn't been KO'd since 2017 by Gustafsson, but that was a bad KO. If y'all seen that one, that was bad. But Jamahal Hill couldn't KO him, okay? Couldn't KO old man Glover, which old man Glover's good. Okay, I'm not trying to say that Glover wasn't good. Glover was one of the best light heavyweights on the planet for a little while when he was 40 years old. But he lost to Jiri by submission. He gave up in the 5th round and lost to him by submission in a fight that he was winning. He didn't have his full heart into it, and that's sad to say. I love Glover, love Alex, but he didn't have his whole heart into it. Alex is KOing Jamahal Hill. The more I'm talking about this, the more confident I'm getting. Jamahal Hill just, he has good power, but I don't think he has the power to put out light heavyweight Alex Pereira. I don't think he has the movement to anymore either. I think his movement's going to be flawed, unfortunately, which is sad. Maybe he's developed a new style. How old is he, 32? Yeah, he's 32. I don't think he developed a new style. I think he's going to try to fight the same way he does. I think his Achilles is gonna just, it's going to lever him, and he's just gonna be caught in the mud with Alex Pereira, and you don't want to get caught in the mud with Alex Pereira. You just don't. Jiri didn't really even get caught in the mud. He just came in and got clipped one time. He hit Alex with like a 40-piece combo. Like Alex didn't throw back for like 40 punches in a row. Just boom, 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 boom. You're KO'd. It's just going off of history's sake, I'm going to pick Alex Pereira. Performs really good in championship fights. Performed amazing against Israel Adesanya. Amazing. He performed amazingly against him. But he got overzealous. I don't think he's going to do that again. And I think that's the only way Jamahal Hill gets the KO if Alex gets overzealous. He did not once look overzealous against Jiri Prochazka. He looks scared against Jiri Prochazka. I think he's going to look less scared in this fight, which does scare me a little bit. I think he needs to be scared of Jamahal Hill. Let Jamahal Hill come to him. Counter him. But, yeah, that's my predictions for this fight. I'm predicting I'm going to get most of these right. The ones that I'm most worried about are Moicano and Cody Garbrandt, honestly. The rest of the fight seemed pretty secure. Jiri Prochazka might also lose, but I just got to go with Jiri. I mean, Rakic is coming off a pretty bad KO. But yeah, my bet for this week is definitely gonna be, my locks of the card are probably gonna be Jim Miller, Diego Lopez, and probably Kayla Harrison, but I might not bet on that one because it's terrifying. I'm gonna have to make a parlay with Cody Brundage though, because he's probably a minus or a plus 500 plus 600. Why not? Add a parlay with him. If he gets a fluke. A fluke. Oh my gosh, imagine he flukes his way to a win. That would be the happiest moment of my life. He just flukes himself to like a, I don't know. He just fucking like knees him in the balls, and they just call it as a body shot because they obviously don't care about rules. Chris Weidman, they obviously don't care about rules. So who knows? When did Chris Weidman even fight? He fought 2 weeks ago, bro. That was the most interesting thing that's happened in these past 3 weeks is Chris Weidman being gifted a win. Let's hope Cody Brundy can get gifted a win. Let's hope. But yeah, y'all. I know it's a long video. It's UFC 300 though. Tried to keep it under an hour for y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna make a video about 301. It's just a goofy video. I'm not gonna make a video about the whole card. No predictions or anything. Well, one prediction. You'll see. Peace out.